Magic Inn is a new indie game brought to you by Purpledoor Studio, a developer based in Prague, promising a charming tavern life simulator with a balance between inn management, customization, and relationship building. Magic Inn blends cozy life sim mechanics with an interesting take on magical powers. You play as an exiled wizard turned innkeeper, working at your local establishment owned by the top hat-wearing Samuel. First time managing a tavern? No problem. Chef Luca is by your side to help you out. Samuel looks like he's straight out of a steampunk movie, while Luca could pass as a small Victorian boy. Meanwhile, I decided to dress like a farmer with $5 to my name. All this to say, there's quite a wide range of character customization, and I enjoyed the variety of different characters. Felt whimsical, and was all rather charming. On your first day, you get talked through the basics of inn management. You can make food, serve your patrons drinks. The minigame is very simple, but kept me engaged. Clean up the tables and bars, and most importantly, have conversations with your patrons. Magic Inn has an interesting take on relationship building. You're given cards you can play by spending rechargeable confidence points to influence your patrons' emotional state and friendship status. For example, the first card you're given is the compliment card, which will make your patrons happy. As the game progresses, you get more cards to either gain more hearts, recharge our patience, etc. Hearts can interestingly also be spent as a currency, either to progress quests or gain new crafting or cooking recipes. I really enjoyed this fresh take on relationships. Giving good service to customers lets you turn them into regulars, and each of them sell a specific good. By adding them to your list of regulars, they will return the next day, which enables you to buy their goods off of them. And so, it becomes a delicate balance between choosing which patrons to invite in order to make sure you can get the correct ingredients and resources to run your tavern and craft new items. You can also engage in conversations with patrons in an attempt to gain more hearts by playing a deck-building card battle minigame. If you have played the likes of Potionomics, this won't be new to you, but basically, you get a certain number of action points to play cards that let you gain hearts, regain confidence, or affect villagers' emotional state. It's not very complex, but it's pretty interactive, which I enjoyed. A good relationship with villagers also lets you buy their wares at the market for cheaper prices and gain more recipes and decoration to craft. The customization is nice, letting you place objects pretty much however you want in the tavern, so it's worth engaging with the card system. One pretty unique aspect is the magic system. As an exiled wizard, you can cast a number of spells to help you run the tavern. A rain cloud spell lets you clean several tables at the same time. Fireballs help clear spiderwebs, otherwise inaccessible. My favorite spell, however, lets you pick up faraway food dishes and floats them directly to your customer. Magic Inn has a lot of great ideas and doesn't just rely on existing mechanics common in the cozy game space, which I really appreciated. However, the game is in early access, and unfortunately, it really showed. While the base structure is there and the ideas are good, Magic Inn currently lacks the polish to stand out in a very busy genre, though I hope for a lot of this to be addressed in further development. The most apparent issue is with UI. It doesn't always feel cohesive with the wider game, and some of the text boxes are too big, or sometimes too small, overlapping with other text. It's also worth noting that the game was not made by English native speakers. Some of the translations are a little funky. For example, the compliment social interaction card reads, "Rival gains happy," which confused me until I realized they probably meant patron or customer, not rival. There are also a number of small bugs or animation issues, causing you to sometimes walk through walls, or for the game to think you're trying to interact with an object several feet away, instead of the person right in front of you. This is exacerbated by the controls being a bit confusing. I played on mouse and keyboard, and sometimes different keys are used for the same action. For example, sometimes you exit a menu by pressing the same key you pressed to open it, like B for the building menu. Sometimes you have to press escape, or sometimes you have to click the X button, which isn't consistently in the same location on screen. Nothing is game-breaking, and I pretty quickly got used to Magic Inn's little quirks, but it led to some confusion. In general, the gameplay lacks a bit of polish. For example, if Lucas is carrying a pizza and I pick it up from him before he puts it down, he might continue his animation, putting down the pizza on the counter, despite me holding it. This can cause your pizza asset to sometimes show in the wrong location. For example, it might look like it's on the counter, when you are in actuality holding it. Once again, this confused me at times. It also didn't help that some of the animations feel very slow. Speaking of confusion, the game lets you figure out a lot by yourself. I actually really enjoyed this, rather than the tutorial holding your hand the entire way. This did have a few quirks, where I'd sometimes get tutorial prompts after I'd already completed the task, but it was a minor issue, and I enjoyed discovering mechanics by myself. Magic Inn released in early access on the 4th of August and can be played via Steam. I really enjoyed the creativity the developers showed and hope to see more new mechanics and takes on this oversaturated genre. However, in its current state, Magic Inn lacks the polish to really stand out. I really hope to see a lot of the quirks and bugs be addressed during development, as there's a lot of room for this game to grow. If you're interested in giving this magic-themed tavern simulator a try, I recommend checking out the free demo, currently available on Steam. Thanks for watching! This video is brought to you by our lovely supporters on Patreon. Risey Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. If you enjoyed this, please consider checking out our Patreon to support our continued growth, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. Thank you, and see you soon!
Risey Pixel.